We can go anywhere in a balloon. Oh, hey, this Good Place episode, I honestly don't really know what to say about it other than it might very well be my favorite episode so far. It was so good. It did like a trope thing that I love, which is like when you're at a dance and like two characters are talking and they're kind of like sad, but you can hear like muffled happy music in the background. I don't know why, but I love that, and I love it when any show does that. And just the whole dance aesthetic. I love like dance episodes, prom episodes, like ones that are really emotional, and this episode of The Good Place was quite emotional. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's go back to the way beginning when they were freaking out and like, okay, so how are we going to get to the good place? Let's figure this out. And then Michael told them, uh-oh, he doesn't know how to actually get to the good place. He admitted that he lied, and the entire episode was him like kind of dealing with it. He felt bad for it, and he wasn't angry or confused at himself. He seemed kind of like he was sad, and he said like more than anything he wants to feel how to be human. So he's like getting it. I mean, sure, it's not the best parts of being human, but he's getting the human experience. Also, a thing that I noticed at the very beginning, like when Michael started doing all these crazy things and like you see all the CGI kind of going around, and it's like really taking advantage of the fact that it isn't just like, oh, here's a sitcom that takes place, in a wacky apartment building in New York / LA. And it took full advantage of that. The entire episode with the giant balloon that just kind of came out of nowhere, and like the giant things that were green or red, and especially the last minute of the episode, because that part was my favorite scene of the episode, because it hurt me, and I love emotions. Seeing it all go away, like I know last time I was at least thinking, I don't know if I said it in the video, but I was talking to my friends about it, and we were like, so is this the last time we're actually going to see The Good Place? Like, are they going to leave in the next episode? And they are. That's exactly what they're doing. So it was kind of weird to say goodbye to our good old neighborhood that we've spent the last year and a half living in. It kind of hurt me to see them say goodbye to it. And seeing them all like kind of eat the frozen yogurt, like that was their farewell. They were all having frozen yogurt, even if they didn't like it as the best thing ever. It's just a farewell, you guys. It's been fun. And then just seeing them all like dancing at the end, it was like, okay, goodbye, giant neighborhood that we spent. I don't really know where I'm going with this. It was just really emotional, and this is a goodbye episode. As I said last week, oh, this episode feels like a season finale. I'm gonna say it again this week. This one felt like a season finale, except way more of a season finale. Like, it felt like maybe these were two parts of a season finale. The only reason I would say it wouldn't feel like a season finale, which I know it isn't, so this isn't like a knock against the episode, but it's that Sean was gone the entire time, and the only time he showed up was in the text messages. Which, by the way, he said, haha, just finished turning someone into soup. And my first thought was, he just turned Derek into soup. Goodbye, Derek, because, I mean, he was going to the medium place. There's no way he didn't find Derek. So what was he gonna do then? I mean, he's just gonna figure it out. He's a smart guy. He is a very smart person. Not as smart as Team Cockroach, but he's pretty smart. It just, I don't know. Bittersweet. I don't really want to say it was sweet because it was just sad, but that's a good thing because I like crying and watching things. Don't make fun of me, please. I just like feeling emotions of the characters, okay? It makes me more immersed. And the entire time when Michael was opening his gifts, like, which is also another trope that I love. I love watching people open gifts. I don't know why. I hate opening gifts in front of people, but I love watching people open gifts. In fiction, in real life, there's just something satisfying about it. And just seeing him go through everything, and it's like, oh, look, keys. I can't wait to do like a pat down to make sure I don't lose my keys. And I could say, hey, everybody, have you seen my keys? It was a very sweet moment. It kind of reminded me of a few episodes ago when Michael gave everyone gifts, like Eleanor the shrimp machine, or the diamond, or the Pikachu balloon, or telling Chidi he was sorry. It just kind of mirrored that. So, once again, Eleanor and Michael, quite a lot alike. Two sides of the same coin. And even with how sweet it was and how emotional it was, it still had like some of the best lines of the entire show. When Michael said, "Kissing is gross," I started freaking out. I was like cheering, basically. It was very nice seeing a character named Michael say that, because I've said that before, and my name is Michael. Whoa. But also, maybe the real bad place were the friends we made along the way. That was a fantastic line. That's like, There's so many good lines in this episode. Like when Jason was talking to Janet. Hey robot, not a robot. Hey lady, not a lady. Hey hottie, I am attractive though. Like that was funny. It's just, this episode had it all. It was funny, it had a heart, it had characters that were great and I love them and they were like at their peak in this episode. And it had visuals that were great. It took its medium, television, and really used it to the best of its ability. Great 22 minutes. Sad that this is going to be the last episode I see live though, because I'm moving back to college next week, and the last few episodes of this I'm really just going to watch. I'm not going to go to the crowded common area to see if I can maybe hear it, because people are going to be like, turn it down, like they have earlier when I tried watching episodes, and then I have to watch it on Hulu later to actually get the full experience, and then I kind of don't get the full experience on the first viewing, and it kind of taints it a little bit. Not necessarily taints, but, damages it a little bit. So I'm not going to do that for the rest of the season, but unfortunately that means I'm going to be a little bit late to the rest of the season, which I guess just means that I can't be on the internet after the episode airs until I watch it. Anyway, that was a little bit of a ramble. I'll see you guys next week for another episode of The Good Place. And if you want to see how wrong my theory video-ish was for this episode, click this video, because this is like a little skit thing that I made about this episode. It was 100% wrong. But as I said, this episode was the best episode, and I'm so glad I didn't do anything I said, because best episode. Good Place writers, I love you.